Custom Works, we're making a start on our brand new project, the A40. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so the A40 is in the workshop today. What we're going to do, I'm going to take some bits off of it, try and have a bit of a look just to see how it's put together, see where we're going to brace the body for seat belts, stuff like that. Right, and so what I've done, I've took all the carpet and the seats out. Seats weren't bolted down, they were just placed in there. You know, what I'm doing, I'm taking a look at the general sort of structure of the car. There isn't much. There's not much actual structure at all. There's a lot of body, not a lot of structure. Now, in here, this is where the seat belts used to be mounted to. This piece of fibreglass. And then there's these door latches as well here that you've always got to think with this sort of latch, you know, you've probably got 4mm there, and that deflects at least 4mm, so it could be the door flying open. So what we need to do, we need to find some steel. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut the fiberglass out in these corners and just have a look. I know the chassis is somewhere around here. I've had a look underneath, but what I'm going to do, cut these out, off of the chassis, bring a piece of 3mm walled 2x2 steel, bring that out as an outrigger from the chassis, and then I'll bring it up here, and what I'll be doing, I'll pick up both the latches, I'll come across the roof, and then I'll swing a bar back across here to brace across, and I might link it across the top. We need a top seat belt mount just here, and all we've got is a bit of plastic to attach to. So once we've got that in, that will make the car a lot stronger, but it's quite a bit of fabrication, quite a bit of hacking around. So let's get to it, let's get the angle grinder out, and let's cut some big holes in it. Okay, and so under the Austin A40, this is the hole that I've cut, and as you can see, all of this, all the way along, nothing but fiberglass. So we need some steel to bolt stuff to. So what I'm planning, if you can see here, is something like this. I weld this box section to the chassis, into this, which I think was there to pick up the seats. At least your seat's going to stay there as you fly through the windscreen. That will go onto there and be welded into place. It will come to there underneath that hole. Okay then, so once we've welded that underneath, how it should look is that piece of steel should come into here, and we can see in the hole in the floor there. And that'll be welded, and then we can weld off of this a piece to come right up the door jamb, right up to the roof. We'll take it across and down to the other side. And what that'll give us is just something to bolt the door latches to, and then off of that we can brace this rear panel, and we can mount all of the seat belts, mount the seats to all of that, and make it super strong and just a little bit safer. Okay, and so under the car, here we go. I prepared this piece of steel, which I'm gonna weld in just there. So what I'll do, I'll get a really good seam weld along all of this, and it should be very, very strong. So I'll get the welder, I'll get it welded up. Okay then, so we've welded that in. Seem to have a lot of fire around. I use this this special pen to put the fire out there. And then if we have a look underneath, there we are, welded in. I don't know if you can see in the light there, but it's fully welded. And I think this chassis is galvanised, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, because yeah, it is. It's definitely galvanised. So maybe a bit more grinding on the other side. So on the inside, there we have it. We have, for the first time ever in this car, an actual solid piece of floor that we can mount something to. Okay then, so I've got this, and I've bolted it in there, and it needs to sort of curve to the body shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some like pie cuts in here, and then try and get it more to the body shape. Because at the minute this sticks out too much, and you know, in some cars you could just leave it like that, and you know, who cares about the shape of the car. But this is a very narrow car, and we need every inch. This framework essentially needs to be hidden within the car. So let's cut those bits out, let's make it fit. Okay then, so what I've done here is I've clamped this in. It goes all the way up to the top there, and it follows now, it follows the body line. I have cut the, I've cut the mitre a bit too big, but I think I can fill and weld that. I should make sure it's super strong. But mainly, it goes from the bottom there, it goes all the way up, it will pick up the top mount for the seat belt. Also, it will go right across this roof and all the way down this other side. So, I'm going to tack it in place, and then we can, we'll weld it up properly, and then we'll weld it into place. Here, I've cleaned up, this is the inside of the car, and I've cleaned up all the way down there, down to the new mount. Just made that so I can get a good key. Also what I've done, I've totally cleaned up this piece of steel, and why I've done that, I've ground it so it's got a, you know, real sort of key to it, because I'm going to bond this into the body. So this will be bonded so it really holds the fiberglass in place. So one thing I've had to make with this is the top brace. Now it's welded there, it's not the prettiest of jobs, but comes across the roof and then down this side. Now this piece of box section had to be there in that rebate to give the door something solid to shut against. That piece of really heavy tube that's going across there had to be stepped back a bit just so you don't bump your head on it while you're driving. Not the prettiest of jobs, but all of this is going to be, it's all going to be upholstered, so it should turn out okay. So it's in, but now it's time to take it out, time to weld it up. I'm trying this for the headroom. I'm sitting in a comfortable sort of driving position, and there's a good sort of 5 inches above me. So I reckon this is going to be okay, because the bloke whose actual car this is a little bit taller than me. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Let's get it out, weld it up. Right, and so we have now got this this brace bar in. Now, I'm going to say brace bar. It's not a roll bar, but what it is just so we get that really good top top connection for the seat belts, and also just so that the door jambs are super solid, so the doors latch up good. Now, what I'm going to do here is down this sort of thin gap that like undulates in and out in the wave of the fiberglass. I'm going to try and pump as much PU sealant into there as I can, and then these bits will be also glassed into the body, so that this is all super strong. This bit at the top, this tube, this will be left so you can see it, and what I'll do, I'll box up to here, I'll box down here, and then this will all look neat when it's done, and this will fit in with like the style of the car, like it's got a bit of a roll bar or something like that. But like I say, it's not a roll cage, it's just something just to hold those seat belts and give the body some extra rigidity, and you know, it's all linked to the chassis, so it should be good. And we've welded it onto these outriggers that we welded onto the chassis earlier. There we go, it's all packed up with PU sealant, plenty of splurge, splurge in every episode, plenty of splurge, and that is going to make this door jamb just so much stronger. So when I hang the door comes up to where it latches, I get a nice panel gap, seat belts are safe. It's just win after win after win with bracing. Job done. Okay, so that's it for this time. Don't forget, click subscribe, click the bell icon to get regular updates, leave a message down below, or just give us a big thumbs up. Until next time, thank you very much and good night.